Five aside, coming at you. Carvers and Creators back again. Unbelievable. We've made it through another year. Hello and welcome to season 2, episode 20 of Carvers and Creators, the last Carvers and Creators of 2021, a weekly demonstration and discussion with pumpkin carvers, sculptors, and multi-talented artists. We please ask that you give us a like and a follow on the platform you're watching us on, and let us know in the comments where you're watching from, and if you have any questions for the carvers and our special guest. Let's meet the carvers. First, he is an artist and sculptor from Boston, Massachusetts. He's the 2019 champion of Food Network's Outrageous Pumpkins, Paul Dever.
Happy Thursday, everybody. Happy New Year as well.
Happy New Year to you. Next, he's a multimedia sculpture artist from Tucson, Arizona, and a finalist on Halloween Wars 2019 on the Food Network, Matt Harper.
God bless us all. Hello.
Love you.
Tonight, we have our first four-time guest on the Carvers and Creators. He is a sculptor, woodcarver, artist, author, and illustrator from Oklahoma. He's the 2020 champion of Halloween Wars on the Food Network, Daniel Miller.
Welcome back.
Our first four-timer.
Holy moly.
He's kind of like a never mind.
Our second guest competed against Matt on Halloween Wars 2019. He's an artist, professional chef, sand, ice, and food sculptor. Please welcome Tator Edwards.
Oh, yeah.
What up, everybody?
There he is.
So glad to have you here.
What's up, brother?
My name is Michael Mondragon. I'll be running the show, moderating comments, and chiming in from time to time.
And being handsome.
Well, you tried to time out. You tried to roll right by yourself there, Mondragon. All right, give yourself a little more credit. Big round of applause for Mr. Michael Mondragon, everybody.
Oh, please stop.
The glue.
Look at that sweatshirt. It's so beautiful.
All right. So last week was our topic was a board bridge troll. This is Matt's offering. Awesome, Matt. And I like that it looks ethnic as well. You've actually nailed it.
Exactly. Well,
Senor bridge troll? Like what?
Bridge trolls typically are ethnic, Mickey. Hello. Come on.
Not all bridges are in California, Mick, you know?
No. So all I can say is you hurry up and move on. I hate this one. And
I like it.
So the only thing I like about it that I was proud of is I gave him a cleft palate. So if you can see that, like I gave him his lip all curled under like that. Other than that, I hated it from start to finish.
I like it, man. Yeah, I feel your pain. I go through the same thing with them too. But buddy, who else is putting these bad boys out once a week year round?
Yeah,
good point. All right, I'll take that.
And I like your use of the kaboka on the eyebrows and the stash.
There we go. Yeah,
little extra.
I was wondering if that was like from the pumpkin or not.
It's a donor. A donor helped out there. Yeah.
Nice. Love it.
We are not only carvers, we are creative.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. And here's Paul's offering. Now you get to run down yours. Or do you like this one? I hope you do.
It's all right. You know what it looks like to me? Panthro from.
Oh, kind of. And now that you say that, but he didn't have the.
Oh, no, I couldn't unsee it. The moment it popped in my brain, I couldn't unsee it.
He didn't have the cat nose, though, so you're okay.
Oh, that's a good point.
And plus, Panther didn't have little hairs coming out of his mole, which are awesome. No. I love that.
I took that from you because the week before you did like the whitehead
oozing pus
thing. Yeah, disgusting. I couldn't top that. I had to kind of play with it though. But yeah, that's awesome. Great choice last week. That was fun.
It was super fun. And by the way, our guest from last week is in the midst of carving one too. So eventually he'll submit one.
Right. I don't think he's not
finished yet. Jonathan Fuller, amazing artist, was on with us last week, and he was doing it out of clay at the same time. And by the end of the show, it was almost done as far as I looked at it. I'm like, what the hell? But then again, he's also nicknamed as what is it?
The machine.
The machine, because he is so damn fast at making stuff. Yeah.
He was really like every time we got a glimpse of it, it was like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
That was so good.
I can't
and
wait
so
to see
fast.
that. That'll be awesome.
Yeah.
It's nice to have guests on the show like that can sculpt in clay, basically one-handed talking, and still get further than we get.
It's pretty intense.
It gives you something to aim for. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Someday, people.
So Daniel and Tator, I'd like to introduce you to the fourth member of Carvers and Creators, responsible for choosing our carving subject tonight. It is the hollow wheel, the center spinner. You guys are carving with us, yeah?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Welcome to Carvers. They will carve.
A bunch of question marks up there.
All right.
Now, Daniel, wait, just real quick.
Go for it.
Well, two things. Number one, this is episode number 69 if you add them all together. So congrats, guys.
Nice. Well, if you're going to be on an episode, that's the one to be on.
That's the one to be on. Also, Daniel, you've done Danny, all those iterations. You have Daniel.
Big D, they call him.
Big D. So you've done the wheel twice with us, right? Or has it been that many? Or maybe
twice, three times. He did all 3 times.
Yeah, when the first time I think we just picked something, didn't we?
We just made something on our own.
Your pre-wheel. Pre-wheel.
Pre-wheel. That's like
wow.
It ages you, Daniel. It ages you.
Going back. Yeah, look at his beard, for God's sake. All right, sorry, I didn't mean to.
It's chrome.
Give it to Paul.
All right, you're up, Paul. So let's do it.
Oh, okay. Oh. All right.
Oh,
Hello, children. Let me just move out of the way of the wheel. So, thank you, everybody, for tuning in again. Welcome. This is the wheel. If you've seen it before, you know the routine. If you haven't, check this out. So the first spin is going to be our subject for the evening. The second spin, which is on the outside, is going to be the emotion, which we got to try and tie in. Super easy, no big deal. What we have for tonight, going into the last episode of 2021, is Nutcracker, Allergic Reaction, Clown, Nerdy, Botched Plastic Surgery, Parasite, Guest Choice, Amphibian, Primate, and Tater. What? What? Are you kidding me? You know it's going to land on that shit, too.
1 in 10. You got a 1 in 10 chance. 1 in 10.
I love it.
Yeah, right. More like a 50-50 with this wheel.
It almost seems better than the odds of, when we were on Halloween Wars,
I mean, for some
level them up.
Too soon? Okay, so for our second spin, we're going to have sulking, hysterical, bored, irritated, drunk, grizzled, stoned, euphoric, charismatic, or repulsive. Ooh. And Tater, look, it says repulsive Tater.
Oh,
what are the odds?
The wheel knows.
Kids,
the wheel
last
knows.
spin of 2021. Here's the good things.
Yeah, come on, baked potato.
Guest choice.
Oh, again.
Oh, you guys
I gotta stop fixing this wheel. We gotta get in Vegas. Here we go. Sulking guest choice.
Sulking guest choice.
Now, because we have 2 of you, it's gonna be a team effort. It's a democratic process here on Carvers and Creators. Whatever it is going to be sad or upset.
Sulking, upset.
Yeah, whatever that means.
Sulking.
And when they pick, I think I will be sulking. So
whatever it is.
Tater, what's on your mind, man? What are you thinking?
I have no idea. Actually, I don't know why, but for some reason I was thinking about a sulking walrus. But I don't know, actually.
He's thinking about prom. No.
A sulking walrus. Everyone knows.
Remember, we're on a time schedule here, gentlemen.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
What are you thinking, Danny?
Shoot, I don't know. Sulking.
Sulking.
Let's do something with a fat face.
Okay. Fat face sulking.
All right.
Any picture on the screen.
Any day now.
Let's go with.
I'll be napping for you.
Napping walrus sulking.
What goes best with my butternut?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, let's
I'd
go with. Go ahead. What are you thinking?
I'd go for another spin so we don't have to pick.
Spin again.
I don't know. Does that work, Paul? We check the rule book, Mickey. I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, I wrote the rule book.
That is the guest choice, I guess.
The guest choice is spin again. Well, guess what, kids? We spin again.
Yay!
And if you land on guest choice again, we get to sculpt your faces. I think.
Hey, was that one you two? We'll get back to that.
We'll get back to that.
My remark on that one. Hold on.
Yeah, my coat was a lot better.
Okay, here we go. Here we go again.
If this lands on guest choice again, you two got a kiss.
Yeah.
Not a big salt and pepper fan.
Allergic reaction, which everyone who has one sulks.
Has a fat face also.
Soaking with an allergic
reaction.
And it's a fat face, yes.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Put it in the chat. Before me and Matt forget.
So the big question is, do I go with Ernie or Bert?
Hey, Bert.
I don't know, Bert.
Hey, Bert. Ernie, shut up, you bastard.
Yeah, I love that. Every time I do the same thing whenever I see that and that. It was so childish. All right. Let's get this thing set up.
Allergic reaction.
Soaking allergic reaction. Okay, I'm gonna write that down too, just so because I always ask mid show.
Those are two very conflicting things. So,
all right. Well, shout out to everybody in the chat. Hi guys, happy New Year to everybody.
What up?
Hey, what's up?
Thank you for joining, Drew,
William,
Cowboy. Willie.
Oh, there's Willie.
Cowboy Jack Durango.
What
Thank you
up?
so much.
He better start carving. He's a constant member on this thing. He's got to break out the tools.
Yeah.
A lot of wrestling knowledge.
Yes, a lot.
Yeah.
So while everybody's getting their tools together and getting all situated, we like to do a tradition here at Carvers and Creators. It's our carving oil. See what everybody's drinking tonight. What's oiling up the joints?
Can't really do it without it.
Oil me.
I'll start at the bottom and work my way around. Matt, what do you got?
Okay, I couldn't find the Angry Leprechaun beer I like so much, and so I found no Tator. That wasn't a joke. But I did find a favorite red trolley ale.
Nice.
There you go. There you go.
Red trolley. I figured that's for your beer, Dictator. This is
I love
in homage of the red man himself.
Thank
Nice.
you. Thank you.
Nice. Tater, what do you got?
Tonight I'm banging it out.
There it is.
Bang energy drink. Tater quit drinking back in September, so I'll do a shot with you with Bang.
Tater, you got to do what the court tells you to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's a round table.
Dan, what do you got?
I'm rocking old school.
Yeah.
Oh,
PBR.
Oh boy.
Nice. Paul, what do you got?
Okay, so I have from my favorite I shouldn't say the favorite because that's just not nice to play favorites, but Mighty Squirrel in Mighty Waltham, Massachusetts. We have Cosmic Distortion, like my camera's doing to me. It's a double IPA, and it is an 8%er.
Ooh.
1 PINT.
Wow.
Oh.
And as we know from Cloud Candy, it's a great brewery with some yummy beer. I don't know if I've done it. Have I done that on the show before?
I think you might have.
I've done a lot of beer on the show.
Not a Wormtown. Wormtown was another one that.
Wow.
Wormtown, yeah. I was staying away from Wormtown tonight because I would have had 2 or 3 of them. So I'll go for a high percentage and keep it simple.
Nice.
There you go.
Well, Paul, I've been saving this one. I'm glad it's for the last one.
Is it Christmas all over again, Mick?
I can't believe that I found this one out here. I found the Heady Topper.
Holy Moses! You found the holy grail of beers in Los Angeles? The world is definitely ending.
I did. They had them in singles, so I had to buy them in singles. But I figured you'd like that one.
What is this?
What that cost you? $38?
Yeah, and it's funny because it says on the top here it says "drink from the can," and usually I always put it in the glass, and it's like don't even worry about a glass. If you have to, do it. I love everything about this.
Yeah, it's a good IPA. I mean, that's the I think it's the only one to ever get a perfect score on Beer Advocate.
Yeah.
Wow.
The Alchemist, Vermont.
The Alchemist. Yeah.
In Vermont.
Amazing. Good for you, buddy. That's a great
cheers
find.
to our creations and thank you, Dan and Tater, for being here tonight. We really
boys.
appreciate it.
Thanks. Last show of the year. Let's make it a good one.
Let's do it.
Look at you all fancy with a cup and stuff. Come on, fella.
Yeah.
Chug it, Danny. Chug it.
It
Whoa,
comes.
whoa, easy. It's not just any cup.
Oh, the cup.
It's the.
I would have thought we'd have got one for being on here.
Or as we call them in the Northeast, glasses.
You mean they don't normally come in blue or red and in a plastic sleeve?
And you fill them with a Slurpee before you take them home?
Yeah, you don't fill them with a Slurpee. You fill them with Cowboy Kool-Aid.
Delicious. Orange drink.
So you guys have been working a lot together recently,
Right.
correct?
Actually,
Yeah, that's a couple of good-looking guys right there.
yeah, but that's from your season on Dancing with the Stars, right?
It is.
It's true.
And they complimented they thought my jacket was better.
He
than
was
his.
dancing with the star.
Oh,
Whoa!
Jeez Louise.
Listen,
It's on. It's on.
we were in the middle of a speed carve. That was a 15 minute one that Tater. 15-minute speed carve, and we let the crowd choose what our choices were. We give them a couple choices,
Yeah.
and then sadly, we did that 4 times, and Tater.
Sadly, I lost all 4 times.
Yeah. But
Oh,
I
crowd got to
had a
choose?
hype man in the crowd each time. There's one little kid.
He had this little kid the whole time picking him.
Yeah, he would be
Oh.
up there hyping me up, like, "Oh, come on." Anyways, I won. I mean, like this, if you're going to do it, you got to do it, right?
Yeah,
How
so-
long did you give each other in a speed car? If you're gonna set your own
They
rules.
were 15
Oh, no.
minutes, and we done it in front of a crowd.
Oh shoot! All right.
Yeah, so
let
we
the- let the
typically
crowd
would
pick the.
we would cut the 15 minutes down to 10 because we couldn't find something to do for 15 minutes.
Yeah, no, we were like, oh gosh, we're done already. Well, I was usually what would happen was Tater would feed me his under the table. I'd finish it for him, and then we'd act like he did it too.
Where
Now,
was
did
this
you pay off the kid early, or did you have to? Did you do that on like you kept winning over and over again? Dan, did you just pay the kid off in candy?
Well,
or-
listen, it was over more than one day,
All right.
but yeah, kids like candy.
Yeah. there
He
you go.
told- Totally
I had
paid
a white
the kids.
band
Don't
on
let him
the
lie.
front, and I had plenty of candy.
Not to
Nice.
mention his wife was in the crowd hyping him up the whole time.
Listen,
Oh,
she was taking pictures. No, she wasn't either. She was like, "Vote for Gator."
Those are great guys.
Look at that big old pumpkin above our heads.
Oh yeah.
That sucker was heavy.
Oh God! How'd you?
Great
you-
shape, too. Did you have to stand that one up?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
picked it up and put it. No, we
Yeah.
didn't pick it up. We used a forklift. But I was going to
Where
say
was the
we picked it up.
stem? Was this? Oh, I can kind of see it. Where is the stem? Was it
It's at
below
the top in
nose?
the corn husk.
Okay.
Oh, it is. So it did kind of grow. At least, wow, that's kind of
Yeah, that
weird.
was the where the stem was, the top.
To be honest, that was the narrow side of it, but it was the most bulbous side that looked more conducive for like a clown face.
Yeah.
It was broader than it was long, but it was just.
And you didn't have to add anything on to any of those, right? They're so thick.
Um,
Well,
I
the one on the right, the Jack in the Box one, that one we added the nose on.
well, I think I added the nose to that big one too, just because, like it doesn't look like it sticks out that far, but it actually sticks out like 10 inches. I wanted to really pronounce
Yeah, it looks
from
huge.
far
That's why
up.
I'm asking.
So
Oh,
I
yeah.
cut a chunk out of a donor, actually out of the back of our jack-o'-lantern base.
Yep.
Tater did the one on the right, and that comes down to a jack-o'-lantern springing out, and that base was so big, I robbed donor pieces out of the back. That may be why it started leaning, because I took part of our cattle, or our ballast away.
Now, who did the painting?
Both of us.
he-
I painted the big one. He painted the one on the right. We took turns painting all of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a good time. We did an entire like killer clown theme the whole weekend, and
fun.
it was pretty awesome. We got a lot of either, oh my god, I don't want to come near you guys, or like these are awesome.
Okay.
Most
And
of
then
I don't want to come near you guys were like the ladies because they were scared of us.
Yeah, except for, did you know that Tater loans his tools out to the crowd? Tater does that a lot.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah. So we had our tables right here, and then we go behind them, grab our tools, come back, go back and forth, and carve in front of everybody out from under our awning. And then Tater left his tools out there and was talking to me, and it wasn't this one; it was another one. And then I turned around and looked, and he goes, "Yeah, I know. No one uses my tools." And I was like, "Well, they are now." Well, he left them laying out on a current project, and these ladies were up there like, "Oh, this is fun." This is
Yeah, they were
fun."
definitely
They thought it was
having
an
a good time.
interactive thing.
Don't you love when that happens?
I know,
that was
especially
his
like
piece. That was his best looking piece.
I've carved at like little schools and stuff like that, and invite a couple of the kids up here. Just try, carve it beside, just see what you can do. And next thing you know, they're grabbing my favorite tools, and next thing they're digging as hard as they can. I'm like, no. And then you kind of worry about little kids cutting themselves, but at that point, I'm like, if you break my tool, I hope you cut yourself.
Yeah, I do a lot with the Boy Scouts and stuff, and you wind up, no matter what you do, you wind up loaning your tools to a kid or two because somebody broke one, and the next thing you know, you see them over going, what? No.
Yeah.
You know what though? I've had that happen too, when kids get upset that they broke a tool, and you got to kind of explain like they break all the time. Like, don't worry about it. You're gonna break a lot of tools.
I don't mind the kids doing it because like the kids are like they don't know any better. These were grown women. Like grown women.
I don't know what you call is a herd or a gaggle, but there was a.
It was crazy.
A gaggle, a murder.
Depends on the size.
A murder.
Like you're a grown ass woman. You're not a kid. You know better than that.
Yeah, they were probably pulling a few back before the thing. Oh, let's go to the pumpkin thing. Let's have a couple bottles of wine first.
No, I told him like Tater's a hands-on guy. Go ahead, he loves it.
What'd you say?
I told him ahead of time you were a hands-on guy. You love people helping with your work.
So Tator, I've been a fan of yours for a long time. The one thing about you that I think is really cool is you use everything available to you.
Yeah.
And there's this one thing that I've seen you use on a couple of shows, even the new Disney show. Congratulations, by the way.
Yeah.
It looks, I've seen you use it a couple of times,
Yeah.
and I don't know what it is. It kind of looks like a long coconut.
Yep.
Is it Diron? What do you use
Daikon?
it all the time? What is it called?
Daikon.
It should be called Tator because you use it. You're the only person that uses it, or I've ever seen use it.
Yeah.
And you always use it in like a great way. So
I love it.
Tell me about that.
It's one of my favorites to use. Yucca and Daikon are my two favorites to use. Yucca is the brown one that's real furry.
Those are awesome.
Yeah, and the reason why is just because it has different the color pattern that's on it. The brown that comes through, a natural color. I don't have to dye anything. I can use it for whether it's a tree limb or it's an arm of a animal or something like that. It gives you that hairy like texture without actually having to carve it in, and it makes things a lot easier. When it comes down to like, hey, how did you do this? Or how are you going to do this? How, instead of wasting my whole day trying to get something done, I can just whip one of those out real quick and it puts in a pattern or a piece.
So, and this is a radish, right? A daikon is a radish.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, one of them's a radish and one of them's a root. So the daikon is a radish and it stays perfectly white, which is perfect. You can use it for, whether you want to wrap something in it, if you shave it real thin, or if you want to use it for teeth and you want them to stay white, you don't have to put lemon juice all over them.
Okay.
Daikon doesn't get the same browning that a potato gets. So,
potatoes because your name.
Yeah, right. It's funny because people ask me all the time. They're like, "So did you eat a lot of potatoes as a child?" And I'm like, "No, look, the name's not as cool as everybody thinks it is, right? When I first got this name, it was my head was shaped like a tater tot, right? So they're in like third or fourth.
What do you mean was?
Yeah. Right.
Now it's a tater tot with a bandana on it.
Exactly. Right? So that's where it all began. 3rd or 4th grade. Some kid, he's like, "Hey, he doesn't look like an M&M. He looks like a tater tot."
Good God.
Well, good thing.
You should thank that kid because everybody knows Tater.
Yeah,
right.
Well, let me. I'll give you guys some a fun trip down memory lane. So, year's 2018. I'm sitting in my hotel room, like never having been on any show before, and I see Tater roll up out the window, and it's like, and he's wearing a shirt with his face this big on it. It's like, and it says Tater Nation, or Tater's gonna Tate or something. Anyway, I got one. So anyway, but that's neither here nor there. But and I'm looking out the window. I see him. I see all the Mike Brown. I see all these great. I'm like, holy crap! What have I gotten myself into? I got all these guys on this show are just. So Tater, I go down, I meet him, nicest guy in the world. But man, when you want to put on an intimidation, he walks around. He's got a boombox on his shoulder with some, metal playing, and he's just got that look. He's like looking up and down. You should have been a pro wrestler, Tator. I'm telling you. You got that persona. And I remember the whole time, the first time I met you, I'm like, I'm gonna hate. Wait a minute, he's actually a cool dude. I like this guy. It was like
the funny part about it is like,
yeah, the first look was like, wait a minute. Okay, I guess I like him. Yeah.
Everybody gets that, right? You either like when you first meet me, it's like most people have seen me on some kind of TV show or they've seen me from a distance and they're like, look at this arrogant son of a bitch, which I am. But at the same time, I like to have fun and I like to get to know people and be as personable as possible. And that's the side that you don't actually get to know until you sit down and have a beer or hang out with me for a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
Exactly right. Yeah. So for those people who don't know Tator, just like, go ahead and hate him now.
Yeah.
and then get to know the guy. He's awesome.
Don't be a Tator hater.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen,
Tator's
we
a
used to make Tator haters. You put a little hairspray in them, ignite them bastards, and shoot them a long way.
Awesome.
But that's the way those shows are, right? I mean, it's a competition, and you're kind of preconditioned if you didn't know any better that everybody's your enemy.
Exactly. The thing is like whether it's a show or what it is, you still want to put off and you still want to get in someone's head as much as you can. Anyways, you don't sleep easy at night when you're thinking Tator's going to come up with a big ass boombox and play some friggin' crazy rocker or screamo music in your ears. I think I walked through the hallways in the hotel that first day with a boombox playing.
Yeah.
Like people were sleeping. It was like 6 a.m. when we were supposed to be heading out.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm like blaring loud music, waking everyone up like, let's get it.
See, what the first thing I would think of, though, is if that woke me up, how long did this silly son of a bitch have to come up with that idea, and how long has he been awake?
Yeah.
He's my alarm clock, and now I'm mad at him. But hey, whatever it takes, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Whatever it takes. So.
I just love the fact that the two of you through shows have become like very close friends and now like compete in different mediums like ice. That's something that I think is very cool.
I think the thing was like, last year I after watching Daniel's season of Halloween Wars, or not last year, the year before, I was like, man, this dude seems cool. And then out of nowhere, he reaches out and he's like, hey, what did you ask me? Something about ice or something?
No, I reached out and said, hey, now that I won something, I feel like I can talk to you. How the hell are you?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I said.
He said something, and he did. I don't think he thought he was going to get the response he did.
No.
But I immediately call him and I'm like, hey, so you ever carve ice? And he's like, not really.
I'm from Southern Oklahoma. I chew on it. That's what I told him.
Yeah, they don't even have ice there. Oh, no, they do.
So I was like, hey, man, why don't you come to Alaska with me this year? And that's where it all began. And then when we actually met, it's like, holy shit. This guy's like a old ass version of me. Oh, wait, I mean.
Well, I mean, it's similar. It's similar.
But no, I mean.
That's also how you know you like somebody, when you can absolutely shit all over them and it's the funniest thing ever. That's when you found your tribe.
Yeah. I found my tribe, and he happens to be a leprechaun. He did not give me a wish when I caught him, by the way.
Oh, shit.
You found him at the end of a rainbow. That's kind of nice.
Well, no, I thought it was time to get to one.
I mean,
Willie.
not
That's
only
Willie's
did
saying. Willie's got a good story.
that is true. That is true.
There we go.
Yeah. So
It's
So
a write-off, right? That's
yeah.
what
So no, I mean, I found out these guys were in the same area carving pumpkins as my food truck was. So I tried getting them to come out, and they were just so busy carving pumpkins all night. I was like, look, man, we're shutting down for the night. Why don't I just bring you guys dinner? Where are you guys at? And he gave me the address. I don't think he believed I was going to show up. and I showed up with lobster rolls for him and the whole crew that was carving.
Holy shit, that's like a steak dinner.
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
amazing. That's
it
amazing.
happens.
Hey, it's gonna go bad anyway, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know,
I'm just fucking with you. I mean, or messing with you.
You're not wrong though. I mean, the shit doesn't.
I
matter.
can't say that on a family show. I apologize.
yeah, right. Well, the thing is this: it's like if you're not using some kind of perk of owning a lobster truck,
Right?
Mhm.
Now, will
So-
you get New England lobster? Because on the side of your truck, it's a New England lobster.
So our lobster is from Nova Scotia. So we the Wicked Lobster is our name, and we get all of our lobster meat from Nova Scotia, flown in every 2 to 3 days, depending on how busy we are. But on a busy day, we can go through 500 pounds of lobster.
Oh
Wow.
my God, Tater!
Yeah.
I had no idea. That's phenomenal.
Yeah. So I had a guy once ask me. He goes, "Where do you keep all your lobsters at?" I said, "Sir, if you really think I could sit here and cook, clean, and cut and crack 500 pounds of lobster today and serve them, you're a special character." I said, I get all my lobster de-shelled. It's all pulled out, and then we poach
Oh
it.
wow.
Well, that's good. Okay. Well, then you can get the other meat too. It's not just because I know a lobster roll doesn't just have the tail. It's like other meat.
Oh
Yeah, we use
and-
all knuckle as well.
Claws. Yeah. Knuckles, arms, whatever.
Lobster.
Speaking of Nova Scotia, sorry, Dan. Let's transition to Canada for a second because your teammate when we were on is Kristen Eagles, who will be on next month again with us. She's a huge supporter, and we love her. Amazing. She's probably one of the best cake people. When I say that, that's probably really the wrong way to say it, but some of the most creative people with cake I've ever met. And
Good.
and we had Beth on our team, who was amazing as well. So I'm do you guys still keep in touch, Tater?
Yeah, we do. I wish we would keep in more touch but I don't have I've been meaning to go up to. I only live like 4 or 5 hours from her. Yeah, right. But it's in the distance of things, I've driven further to meet friends, but 5 or 6 hours. The problem is I don't have a passport yet. We've been meaning to get together and do a sculpture together. It just hasn't happened.
Oh, okay.
So, but no, we talk. I try to keep in touch. I keep in touch with Beth a lot. I kind of pissed Beth off because she invited me to Thanksgiving a couple years ago, and I bailed. I didn't mean to. But,
Hey, life happens,
Yeah, right. No, a lot of those guys I try to keep in touch with from that. Reva, I talk to Reva a lot. Froggy, I don't know if you remember Froggy.
Yeah, I do. Of course. I guess I can say I'm friends with him on Facebook, and I guess like in life too. But one of the fun things too, I don't know, Paul, if you did this for when you were on Outrageous Pumpkins, but we had like a group chat going. The group, our and we still every now and then somebody will chime in with like, especially last year when Halloween Wars got rid of pumpkins, we were like, wait a minute. All of us were firing it up. Wait a minute. Where's the pumpkin carvers? And remember that? And so like, it's kind of fun. You go on these shows. You're like Mickey said, you're supposed to be competitive and they're supposed to hate each other, all this stuff like that, according to the show. But then you're actually like behind the scenes. Oh, dude, I love what you just made. Oh my God. Just like, being an artist, right? And just loving the creations people are cranking out. It's so fun.
Yeah.
Well, my season of Outrageous Pumpkins being the first, we didn't have that kind of thing going, but I was lucky enough to have John Davis be in the cast, who...
Oh, yeah.
John and I are good friends anyway. We had our very first carving gig that either of us got paid to do together.
Nice.
So just to go through those steps and actually be like, wow, look at us, we're actually on a show together.
Yeah.
John and I are in touch like on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Just even throughout the year, and it'll be about stuff that has nothing to do with carving. It'll just like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah. That's the best part.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, we've made some. I mean, just the fact that I'm sitting here with all of you, and to think that me and Matt did this and met each other through Instagram Live.
Yeah.
that just goes to show you we're all birds of a feather in this little chat room podcast. I don't even know. What do we call this, Mick? Is this a podcast?
This is a good question because I mean that's what I think about with my other show that I do. I do a craft beer and baseball show, and whenever I call it a podcast, it's not, because usually podcasts are audio. And then I want to say like vlogcast, but no one knows what a vlogcast is.
No idea what that is.
Right, exactly. So it's
Video
hard to define.
video blog.
Unless you made it up and then it's yours.
Yes. So, I mean, because there's bloggers and there's vloggers, which are video bloggers.
And there's cloggers.
There's cloggers. My
I have
cousin's
two of those. I
clogger.
have two sons that are cloggers.
Yeah. Well,
Frogger.
your definition is different than my cousin's probably, right? Yes. Okay. So my cousin's actually a real clogger. She actually danced at the Grand Ole Opry.
What?
Wow.
Wait a minute. I was messing with words. You're like that's a thing, right? Like people clog.
Yeah, it's a dance. It's a form of dance.
And I think it's fun in Nova Scotia as well.
That's all I know how to do.
Yes. That's how I met you. You were clogging at the Arizona State Fair. And I'm like, I've never seen a 6'6" guy clogging. I need to know who this guy is.
Yeah.
And we were both 10, which was
he was 6'6" and 10. That's huge.
I was born like
10-year-old. I've never met a 10-year-old 6'6" clogger. So I said, hey, we should be fast friends, right?
Hello. Here we are. But little did you know I was just a toilet clogger. That's all I ever knew.
Bingo. Heyo.
Hello.
Yes.
Daniel.
Right.
Wait, go ahead, Paul. I've been hogging.
No. Go ahead. Yours has way more interesting.
No, believe me. So I just because Daniel, before we jumped on the phone
Sheila.
or this thingy, whatever it is, the vlogger, the clogger we're doing. Danny was talking about his son having almost 2 million TikTok followers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I know, Paul, you just recently got on, but you got to tell us what your son does to get 2 million, what his name is, so we can be 2,000,001 and 2,000,003 and 4 or 5.
Right. And what's his OnlyFans for the female?
What? It's just recent.
Isn't that how that goes? I don't even know how it works, guys. Honestly.
It's a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope.
Natural progression.
He'll find what's on trend and then make a video of it of his own, and then show you, make a tutorial and show you how he made the video, and people go nuts over it, man. That's kind of the thing.
That's simple as that. Is that all it is? Is that the secret?
Yeah, but I mean, he's also like a super like badass gymnast, right?
Yeah, he puts gymnastic stuff on there too. So he's a 2-time Junior Olympic national qualifier. And,
so that has nothing to do with it, does it?
Well, he doesn't do that many.
The kid's a freak. He's Spider-Man. The kid's Spider-Man.
Which is funny because he's about to do a Spider-Man video.
Of course he is, because he can.
Yes.
Now, if any of us tried to do a Spider-Man video, our next video would be like what it's like to live in a wheelchair.
Yes, Joe Swanson.
Traction video. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, right.
That's
my new helper monkey.
Speaking of OnlyFans, that's the new category, I think.
What do you mean new, Harper?
I mean, hey, whatever you're into, it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no, it's pretty awesome.
Hi, Sheila.
Hi, Sheila. Hello,
Sheila.
Anthony. Thank you for joining us. Big fan of Tator and Daniel. Thrilled to watch the episode. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Awesome.
Thank you. Hello.
Hey, Ma.
You didn't have to throw Tator in there.
Hey, Ma.
Oh, here's a controversial question.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Is Halloween Wars bringing the Carvers back?
They are.
If they know what's
good, yes.
They are bringing them back.
Yeah, I would have to say yes. They've been casting for Carvers
for like a month now or more.
Yeah, a while. Yeah. They're shooting it in this next month, I think.
Yeah.
Which, sadly,
I don't know what Carvers are going to be able to get though, because
I know. I don't know who else has been like the 2-year running pumpkin champ on there. If you keep eliminating the pumpkin carvers, I'm gonna keep being the champ.
Danny's always looking on the bright side of things, Always looking on the bright side, buddy. All right, so what I was gonna ask, roughly before I get too far, What is your allergic reaction, roughly? So I know not to completely copy or have the same idea. Is yours medication based? Oh, Jesus
Mine's
Christ.
either food or bug based.
Dan, slow down. Seriously.
So mine has a seafood allergy.
Oh,
super nice.
Tater's
On
always
topic.
working, man.
That's
Tater's
brand
always
specific for you.
Yes, yes.
Very good. That's always working. All right, good. So I don't got to worry about it.
No, mine, Paul, is going to be like because it's kind of this shape. I'm going to make the edges of his face kind of being what's starting to pinch him in. You know, like he's swollen. Like he's anyway. We'll figure it out.
I was figuring yours would have an IPA allergy.
It certainly has. It's always had one.
That would make the most sense.
I try every time. I try.
All right,
But
good.
I just put it down after I finish it.
All right, good. Just making sure. I have to get that out of the way. Because it was like when we did the Circus Freak and you and I both did the pinhead.
I know. That was crazily. That was the only time we've ever really not or done the same character, right? I mean,
But when you think of a freak show, like in that sense of what we were doing, that's the one to go for because it's the most iconic, and it was the same exact shape of what we had to actually work on.
Exactly.
But all right, good. So I like the direction everybody's going. I like how Dan's almost done, like he is every single time.
Yeah. Turbo Dan over there.
Just remember, like, whatever it was last time, whatever, turn the airbrush down when you stop painting it. Like before the show's even done and you're painting it and polishing it.
Well, it gives me time to fix all the screw ups, see?
Yeah.
You know what? That's why you're a Halloween Wars champ. You know what I mean?
It's true.
He knows the stuff.
He really does. Fast. Like
That was one thing. That was one thing that was kind of unexpected for me being on that show is I'd never painted before, so I think people when they were casting and everything like that, they wanted to see a painted one, and I was like, well, what the hell? And it has to be food safe paint. I'm like, where the hell do you get that?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Very weird.
The guy next to you.
Because how that
Exactly.
it turns colors on you on the acid on the pumpkin, and that was the biggest thing I didn't expect. So I was like, oh yeah, I've done it 100 times. I get on the show, my black or gray werewolf turned light blue, and I was like, yeah, that was intentional. Well, we loved it, and I was like, awesome. I had no idea the black was green.
Sure, it was.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Now, if it happens, Matt, you have a lifeline. You have a lot of people you can reach out to.
Oh my God, yeah! All the folks that I've met, like who are either on the show or on other shows and stuff like that paint. It's still, I've never really gone back to it, but it's still like there's some amazing, really cool painted pumpkins, and I remember doing it like having to do. There was one that was like a mad scientist. He's laying on the ground, and I literally took this orange pumpkin and made skin tone and putting rosy cheeks and all that stuff like that on him, and I all I really remember was like. So is this really a pumpkin if it's underneath all this stuff? But then seeing other people's really cool ones that still have the stem and all this stuff, it kind of enhances it if it's done right. Right?
Yeah. See, that's the thing with me. I'm, Matt, you're same as me with being a pumpkin purist, but there's a few, less than a dozen, I'd say, people out there that when they do it, I appreciate it. And two of those guys are on with us now.
Yeah.
They do it right. Like you guys do it right, and you don't cake that shit on and make it look just like a mess, right? Like, but I think that's just the progression and the evolution of the community, right? Because it's not just an art form anymore. I mean, I'd say there's a community of us, right?
Yeah,
I would say so.
A small village, like Danny would be the town perv, and we'd have to kick him out. And
Listen, don't leave your windows up, and you don't want me looking.
you already know what's
we'd have to lock our doors in this community. But no, honestly, like there was in the beginning, you could tell who painted a pumpkin because it was like they almost hired somebody to paint a pumpkin that could airbrush, like nasty, like a special effects guy. Now there's so many talented people that are doing this. Guy, like Tator and Danny they can bang these things out, and you're like, holy shit, that looks nice. Like that's a sculpture now. Whereas there was a time when, especially on the shows, you'd be like, who painted that? Like one of the grips or the set produces? Like, what the hell? Did they run out of time?
Yeah.
I think one of the things that I like is like, I think when paint is needed on certain things, you know, when you're doing certain objects. Obviously, the clown is the biggest one.
Sure. Oh yeah.
But like some guys, they'll just paint everything. And then some guys, they won't even carve everything. They'll just paint instead of carve, you know?
Yeah, that's the part where I run into problems. I hate that because when people are, it's almost lazy because it's like, I need a black line here. Instead of carving one, I'm going to paint one.
Yeah.
But when you look at it, no matter what light you see it in, you're like, okay, that's just painted. That's so
Yeah,
lazy,
Yeah, because like
Right.
I use shadows sometimes to accent my carving, but not to like this is a carving, not a painting. You know what I mean? Otherwise, I would have pieces like this. Right here.
Yeah.
Well, right. No, Tater, you said it too. Is and Matt, you actually kind of backed it up, which is there was a time when people would go, "I don't need to carve that because I can paint it in later."
Yeah.
And if you have the right people watching, I mean, or if you care about the right people thinking that it's awesome, you don't do that. Like you do your best carving and then accentuate it.
Yeah.
Because it only takes it up like a million times. If you see it when it's naked at its true form, and then you add paint, it's the same thing with a sculpture. Like you see somebody's raw sculpt and then they cast it and paint it, and you're like, wow, on so many levels, wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And half the time when I only use brown, I never use black or white or none of that. Like have you seen the one where I had the crooked pumpkin, so I made his face like contorted?
Yeah. I remember. Yep.
So all I did on this, I just used brown paint. I didn't use black any other color, just brown, and it just accents it, and it works really well with orange. So
and it creates
it makes it look like it
creates a
whole
shadow,
orange, but it just works.
Yeah.
Sure. Oh, that's where I'm so happy to see it going that way too. It's like any art form, right? It kind of transcends and moves forward. So, I mean, I'm not there yet. Matt, are you there?
Yeah, no. Never. I'm never going to get there. Actually, thank you.
Well, see,
But
the one on the right, that's not black, that's brown, like making it look like a dingy, dirty old clown, you know?
Oh, okay.
I thought that was just your hands.
It could have been. It probably was just much. It probably was.
No, that was a dynamite.
I was really doing a self-portrait. I was trying to get a new, profession.
No, but see, they're supposed to be menacing and like in cartooning.
Right.
You know, when you do, it's not going to be like you're a famous sculptor creating something and then putting, it's a pumpkin, so it's going to be. But I think that the thing I like about both of those is just that it's slapped on the way the Joker's makeup is slapped on, but it reads it really well,
Yeah, because it was meant to be like an evil clown. Like he's not going to spend a whole lot of time on it, but he's going to be a dirty, dingy.
Right. I don't even think of those in that realm. Like you can get away with anything you want on a crazy clown. It's when it comes to other subjects that don't require paint that get painted. When they're done well, you have no critique. You know what I mean? Because we all look at something else and try and find, we look at the good things, and then you also try and find not the bad things, but the things you would do different.
Yeah.
Right.
And sometimes you see somebody do something, and you're like, shit, that didn't even need paint, but wow, it just cranked it up a little bit, like how subtle it was. Yeah. Like those are dynamite, it's creepy as shit because of the paint. Yeah. And they're great sculpts underneath. You're not trying to hide anything.
Because we did have someone ask us, why do you paint the clowns? And all we could come up to tell them was, if not, it's like a distorted guy with a huge nose.
Well, the funny thing is like before we painted a lot of the big clowns that we were doing, people were coming up and they were like, "Are you doing an ogre? Are you doing Shrek?"
Oh, yeah.
They said, "Are you doing Shrek?" I was like, "No." Oh, is it the guy from Ghostbusters? Like, no, it's evil.
It's Ghostbusters or Shrek, yeah.
Yeah, and they kept asking. I was like, "No, come back tomorrow and you'll see it's neither one. I promise." But
what you got to tell them is, if you ever go to the circus and see a clown without makeup, they look like Shrek or Slimer.
Yeah.
In their natural form.
Yeah, I was like, son of a.
That's what makes a clown is the makeup, right?
Yeah.
But Tater, he was digging that. He's like, "Oh, you carving Slimer? I didn't know he was doing that." And I was like, "I didn't either, but it might be."
Oh, I get it. We actually keep a running board, John Davis and I, when we go to Chicago every year, is how many Slimers, how many Shreks and how many mother-in-laws do we get? Because you always get the one guy that had a couple of pops come through and just says it looks like my mother-in-law.
Oh, I heard that a number.
Oh, I keep a running tally for the whole week. I think we
I may
had
have made that comment a few times
climbers,
in my
like
life.
34 Shreks and 1,572 mother-in-laws.
Yeah. And then everybody laughs in the crowd too, by the way.
So
They get unless they don't, and then they just keep walking.
yeah. So you guys are talking about like spectators commenting on it.
Yes.
It's even worse when you get an art director that says, "Oh, that's the direction you're going."
Oh,
That is
paying
where
for this?
you see red. It's like, come back later. Like, leave me alone.
yeah, like much later after I'm done and I'm paid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm in the car driving away. So
Yeah.
I got a question. For Tator. So
Yeah.
we touched on it earlier, and we know you do Daikon and yucca root and all these crazy things. And we talked about paint, but you were recently on Foodtastic on a couple episodes. And make sure you watch all of them because there's one he's on again. So I got to know, and here he is. Yeah, we showed that. So I don't know how the one question I had on is seeing like you guys used like really every kind of food this time versus like pumpkin sugar and cake. So this was this a departure for you? Had you ever done stuff that was completely like I saw there was a mealworms and people used pasta, you used whatever you could have hands on.
Yeah, so this one was kind of a first for me. I've done a lot of food art where it's like watermelons or daikon or fruits and vegetables. But me and Chris and Trey, we brought in, bread baguettes and bread bowls and all kinds of crazy different carving techniques with bread. And then Chris is he's an amazing chef, an Olympian chef. And he came out with this fresh pasta concept. And he's like, hey, man, I know a lot of people like to use fondant. What do you think about us using pasta fresh? And we'll use natural coloring to color it each color. And I'm like, that's genius. Let's do it. That's what we brought to the table, is something that no one's ever done. I've seen people glue dried pasta onto different sections and create art, but no one's ever made it out of fresh pasta like that.
Yeah.
At least no one that I've seen. And that's really what the big thing was to us was, bringing that to the table. I mean, to go along with it, Foodtastic opened up a lot of windows and a lot of craziness because, I sculpt pumpkins, I sculpt fruit and vegetables and ice and sand and everything else, but I've never done sugar. I've watched the guys that are next to me in Halloween Wars, and I've dabbled with it here and there. But, on that one episode, The Lion King, I did over 190 pounds of isomalt. And that was absolutely intense. After the first batch that you didn't actually get to see on TV that I fried, the next one was perfect. Right?
Yeah.
But
a learning curve. It's a learning curve.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
I like to go into these TV shows and do things I've never done before.
How long did you have? Because I know on ours it was very timed and specific, and there's a clock and everyone's yelling. This seemed like you guys had a little bit more artistic freedom. It looks like because they didn't have a clock, but they talked about the sunset thing. But what was your? Did you have a specific amount of time to do, or was it open?
So it's basically till the sun sets. So if you think about that, how long is the sun up technically? So it was
12 hours?
I think it was 12 hours is what they gave us total.
Okay.
On the builds.
Okay.
So that was pretty good. It was the longest we've ever had to do a sculpt on any TV show I've ever worked with.
Heck yeah, that's awesome.
And it was awesome because they were there for us, and one of the things is like, a lot of TV shows that I've done, when it comes to structure, you're pretty much on your own when it comes to getting materials or coming up with the build itself, like cutting, your wood or your pipe or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Disney actually brought out an entire team of people to help us with the build itself, the structure behind it. We designed it, and then we went to them, and they kind of gave us a lot of help when it came down to getting it done. So you didn't have to worry about, I don't have a chop saw that's big enough to cut that or whatever it may be.
Right.
So
That's interesting because one of the things that I've always, I won't say complained, but people ask me, you know, oh, it must have been so much fun to carve a lot of pumpkins. I'm like, I carved about, of my time on Halloween Wars, it was about a third, which was carving pumpkins. The rest was building armatures, painting, doing all kinds of other things that I'd never done. But the building armature thing where you're literally construction was the whole day prior to filming, it seemed like. And and that was a nightmare in itself. So that's really cool to hear that you had like that kind of help, because it was something I was pretty foreign to.
Yeah, I hated that's one of the things. I love Halloween Wars. It was a great event, a great show. But that's one of the things was, you know, as a pumpkin artist, we spent a lot of our time building structure and
not carving pumpkins. Yeah,
exactly. Well, the other thing is, like, you know, the first season I was on, season 7 of Halloween Wars, I was in no way, shape, or form a structure master when it came to like cake or sugar or anything else. Yeah. I knew my fair share with pumpkin, but at the same time, it's like the structure is not the same, you know, between pumpkin and cake and sugar. Yeah. And I was clueless on what I was doing, building a cake structure. And they were like, oh yeah, you're the cake artist, or you're the pumpkin artist. You get to build the structure. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Speaking of structures that you've built, the spider.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Dope.
That was
amazing.
He bought that at Party City.
Yeah, right.
You can get that now anywhere. They got them all over the place. The taters.
No, that was a good one, man. We've had conversations about that, like on the road. Yeah. It's like how great that was. Like that's a tough build. And you guys really, I mean, you know, TV editing is, but were there problems with that? Because they made that shit look easy.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's most definitely. We actually, Froggy had to actually leave the set for like an hour, because at one point he was holding, you know, that was all together probably 350 pounds of pumpkin. Wow. And he was holding about 125 pounds of pumpkin above his head while I was trying to tighten the structure down while it was against the framework. And I'm like, what is going on here? And Froggy hurt his back when he was there, so he actually had to go behind the scenes a little bit while we were carving. What's up, dude?
Hey, is that the kiddos?
Yeah, come on over.
Baby voices. Love baby voices on the show.
Come say hi. Come on. What up?
Hey, dude.
A little tater.
Miss.
That's a tater tot.
Who's that up there?
Hi, buddy.
Literally.
What are you doing, dude?
Is that Daniel?
Hey. That's a ninja, is what that is.
You gonna carve pumpkins too?
Hey, do you hear
me?
Be
A pumpkin carver? You are.
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome. My boys say nope.
I love carving with Daddy.
That's awesome. Happy New Year, little buddy.
Yeah.
It won't be long, okay? Okay.
I remember when they were that little.
Yeah.
Now they literally battle me for bandwidth. Like,
Nice.
Daily. So when do you guys go to Alaska? Because I know that's coming up, right? All your ice stuff, and I know there's a fun story I remember Dan telling us about, like the catastrophic failure last year. So you got to redeem yourselves.
Yeah,
right?
We're on a redemption tour.
Tell us about that event, and then tell us about that moment, and then tell us about the event you guys are going to.
Yeah, for sure. That was so last year we were doing was it 34 foot or 42?
It was 42 foot.
42 foot dragon out of ice, and she was serving ice cream to knights, giving them free ice cream and luring them in and then smashing them and eating them. So it's pretty crazy.
That's what they do. That's what they do up there in Alaska. Yeah.
But I think we were down to our last 20 minutes or so. And
and so I jinxed this. Tater says, let's pull that last stanchion out from under the head. Because, okay, so picture this. 2 days before, we put the head up, and it sits fine for 24 hours. Then we noticed it has a crack. So we thought we'd add extra support because the head lurches way out. And Tater fixes the crack, and we decided to leave the support in there. It can't hurt nothing. We'll take it out last minute. Well, in the meantime, we carved a whole bunch of scales on this thing, or Tater. I can't say I say we. I did like 6. Tator did like 17 million of them, and you can't see the seam anymore. And so nobody's noticing the seam. And I'm thinking in hindsight here because we can't see it.
Yeah.
And Tator says, "Let's cut the stanchion out." And I said, "Okay, cool. Let me get a picture for posterity." So I was running backwards. I'm like, "Ding." I was like, "All right, cut that thing." Crash.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So as soon as the stanchion gets cut, the head falls down, the neck breaks or falls right at the seam. With the scales in place, we couldn't see that the seam was starting to separate a little bit. And without that being visible, once we cut the support, it broke down. And when it came down, it broke the arm and the ice cream cone that was in the dragon's arm. And, we had 20 minutes. So the only thing I could think of is, me and Daniel and every one of our teammates were rushing to get it all put back together. And it was messy. I mean, we were throwing slush everywhere, and slush is a snow water mix that basically acts as a glue to hold the ice together. Right. And we're throwing it everywhere, making a mess, trying to put it all back together. And, the time's ticking. We get everything together except for now we've got to put this head on. And we've got the head in a lift because it's super heavy, and the lift's got it up in the air, and we're trying to get the right angle on it. And it's, it's not quite there in the lift. Well, the only way you can do it is either forcibly move the head or you got to use the crank. And we decided we were going to forcibly move that head.
Oh,
and
no.
As soon as we did, the head fell out of the harness that we had it in. And we had 0 time left. We had
there were 4 minutes left. There were
4 minutes left.
And Tator looks at me and says, "What do you think?" And remember what I told you?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
Well, I'm gonna clean it up.
Tator, what the?
I said, "Mama didn't raise no sissy."
Yeah, that's what it was.
Similar. So we start gluing it back on, and we go 4 minutes over.
Yeah. So they sound the alarm, and they told us, we had to put our hands down and stop doing what we were doing. And we basically made a decision at that moment. We looked around at each other and we all decided we wanted a final piece and not a busted piece at the end. So we decided to keep going. We put the head on. She looked gorgeous. She had a few missing teeth and a few missing horns, but other than that, she was gorgeous. And when they came around and judged it, it was actually a bigger kick in the balls because when the judging was done, if we would have made it, even with all the mess and everything over it, we still would have placed in the top 3 in the World Championship. So it was pretty crazy. So this year is going to be a little better.
A little bit of redemption.
Yes.
From what I'm hearing. Okay.
Yes.
But not only are we doing multi-block together, we're doing the 2-man double block.
Yes. So we're expecting to come home, or at least I'm expecting to come home with 3 gold medals and Daniel with 2, right?
Well, because he's going to paint his silver because I'm going to win the 3rd,
Oh, I got you. Okay.
So there's so basically the World Ice Art Championships, there's a multi-block category which has 4 carvers. There's a 2-man category with 2 blocks of ice. When I mean by a block of ice, I mean a 6 foot by 3 foot by 4 foot block of ice.
Wow.
Big block of ice. And
solid block too?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
And then there's the single man category, which is 1 block of ice by yourself. You have 24 hours, I believe, or 36 hours to get it done.
I probably only need 5, but it'll be all right.
So now, what are the temperatures? I'm in Arizona, so I already hearing the word ice is very scary to me. But what are the temperatures in Alaska?
Just so you know, ice is frozen water that when you push on your fridge, the stuff that falls out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's ice. Okay, that's
you're looking up.
I'll give you the recipe, Matt.
I've heard of it.
Try not to make it in spring.
About 40 degrees, Matt. 40 degrees below 0.
Yeah, minus 40
below the 0.
Yeah, minus 42 was our coldest day that I was there last year.
I don't have any clothes that.
Day was 2.
Oh my God, 2 degrees.
That was our hottest day that I was there.
It's fun.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yeah, it sounds cold to me. I don't know why.
Now I know we can talk about it now because nobody's been. Well, I guess we can kind of talk about it, but there's an ice carving show that I'm sure everybody was contacted about. And if you didn't decide to do it, don't say anything.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, there we go. All right, good, perfect.
Wait, what happened?
Whoa, wait a minute now, Tater. Did you not get contacted? Yeah, right. My ass, you didn't get contacted.
Listen, dates didn't align, fella.
Right. That old chestnut.
Here's the thing, sometimes those shows they lock you into contracts.
Yeah, they try.
And then you can't do other shows until those other show contracts are up.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Not saying I'm under contract or anything.
Yeah, no one knows nothing.
Yeah. No. Sure. Totally.
But I am working. I will say this, whether I am allowed or not, I'm working with some people, some friends of mine, and we're trying to get a show together in the near future, next year or so, where it's basically they follow us for the World Ice Art Championships.
That's cool.
And
see, now something like that, I would think you could produce you could do yourself and then sell it.
Well, that's kind of what we're doing. It's a guy who I know who's a producer who actually is very familiar with the camera, the microphone, the whole aspect. He's done a lot of editing. He's done basically every position in the industry, and he's basically willing to volunteer his time up front before we sell it, and all of his equipment for us to be able to shoot this. We just have to come up with the exact idea behind it, right? And one of those things is basically, the multi-block championship is a 4-man team, so it would be following all 4 of us all the way up until the day of the carve, and then the awards. So it'll be real fun. We'll see.
I think it's great, man. A lot of the documentaries that I've been finding myself watching are the leading up to like the big event. You know what I mean? You see the planning, and you watch like your wife going, "I wish he wouldn't go. Last time he almost got eaten by a polar bear." Like, that's he's gonna get eaten by a polar bear. I'm watching.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's I envy you guys, not even a little bit. I mean, I love what you do, but I'm all set with being that cold. I live in the Northeast.
We just got to talk you into coming up one year.
I believe the phrase is "hell to the no." Unless you want to invite me up just to have some beers and then critique you, like that looks a little out of place.
We are looking for really good artist judges.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm super judgy. Listen. I don't think it's look. I put a thermometer in the ice. It doesn't seem right today. I think we should hang at the hotel. That's what I would do.
A lot of the things that we have, and a lot of the complaints from these carvers, these guys who come from all over the world, is, we don't have a variety of judges. We have basically, it's easy to just grab someone that's like a art teacher at the school in Alaska.
Oh yeah, right.
But like to have a world-renowned pumpkin artist come
judging ice. Oh, super smart. I'm in. If I don't get to know anything about it,
it would be great, So I don't know. It's just something to think about. Something to think about.
Hey, you know what? If you say it, it puts it in the karma. Puts it into
it's in the atmosphere now. It's out there.
Right. Yeah. That whole thing.
It's going to happen.
Yeah. The only time
I do love seeing the pictures and the videos and stuff. It seems such a great. It seems so friggin' cool, but I have this thing about chainsaws. I mean, I think with ice it would be easier because there's no kickback with ice.
Yeah.
Come on now.
How dare you, Dan? I don't like.
Come on now. I thought I heard.
I don't like your attitude. All right, I got a phobia of losing my femoral artery.
You keep it. It just cuts several pieces.
But Dan creates stuff like this.
Yeah, Dan don't mess around.
Yeah.
Hey, Daniel.
I can't believe that's ice, by the way.
Orange ice.
That's painted.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. He's a painter as well.
There ain't nothing painted on that one, but that sucker.
That's
listen, I let that sit there till it turned into jerky.
And what's funny too, right? So I remember going back. Now that you're the 4th time member, like you weren't building structure like this back a couple years ago.
I only built what I had to a couple years ago. I just was but I kept getting asked, how much structure do you build and all this stuff? And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to build some structure, and that is, I'm going to tell you 100% structure in about 4.
That's awesome. I love seeing the progression of all our buddies that we've had on, and it's awesome to watch everybody grow. And Matt and I and Mickey, we all sit in our tiny little photo pod and carve butternut squash while everybody else just gets better and better.
But if you'll notice in the picture on the left, I'm sizing up the pumpkin to make the head from, the head and the lower jaw, but he's got a really long neck. And if you'll notice, it looked anatomically correct for another part of something else. So I shortened the neck and opened the mouth.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, otherwise it wouldn't be a family-friendly show.
I would have never have seen it unless you mentioned it. Get your mind out of it.
You gotta understand, Daniel is like the most foul. I mean,
the most phallus person I've ever met.
Yes.
Head of his class.
Bing bong. That was the FCC saying, "Shut it down."
Back it down, boys. Back it down.
Well, that's what did it.
Wrap it
Drove us over the edge.
Yeah, Daniel, that fourth character we were waiting on just messaged me and said that they're in.
Is it the one you and I talked about, or the one you and Steve talked about?
The one me and Steve talked about. So after we're done with this, we gotta hop on a call if you don't mind.
Would you say you said they're in?
Yeah.
Let's announce it on the show.
We need an exclusive.
Really
this is live, Tater, so we need an exclusive. Hello.
Yeah.
Willie's in.
Geraldo Rivera opening up Al Capone, whatever it was.
Yes.
You didn't even know he's in, but he's in.
Exclusive.
Yeah.
Former President Clinton is your teammate, is what I'm hearing.
Nice.
Jerry Jones.
No, it's Snow.
No,
It's Lewinsky.
Ooh.
Ooh, jeez. What's up with all the 90s references?
Listen, I don't know.
Oh, wait, that's when we were relevant.
Oh.
Oh.
Hey, oh.
Oh.
Hey, oh.
Yikes.
Nice,
Look,
dude.
does that read
Look at
as
the
a
twist
stinger?
in the, Christ's sake, we're doing the same thing.
Come
Except
on,
for that,
I got
whatever
the
that
base
is, that's all. Please tell me you carved
Yeah,
that
let's-
in specifically.
Whoop. Sorry. Let's go around. Let's go around and see some of the.
Well, I'm not done.
Oh,
yet.
yeah,
This
let's
is
start
like-
with
this is
let's
where
start
I'm
with
at.
Danny. Look, Danny, did you
Yeah.
carve that in on purpose?
What are you talking about?
The zit or the growth on its forehead.
The stinger. I was asking, does it look like a bee stinger stuck in the
Oh,
head?
damn it. Are
Or
you
no?
doing bee sting?
Well, I told you earlier it was either bee sting or food allergy. But
No, you didn't say bee sting. And if you want to be a fifth time fucking effing guest, you better change that shit real fast. No, that looks awesome, man. What are you doing? Are you already undercutting?
Who, me?
Here and there.
Look at his eye.
That
He's
dude
under-
is
man,
Look at the lid. He undercut the top lid and he undercut
Yeah,
the
he did.
close.
Well,
Nice, Dan.
It's got a
The stretch of the nostril to the side is dope.
Well, it's swelled on that side. Or that side.
I feel
Oh,
like
that's
we're gonna have to
really
be able to mirror image these things as to where the idea of what we're doing.
Oh.
It could be
That's where I'm at.
an allergic reaction to Botox.
Mine's gonna be an
Really?
allergic reaction to
Well, I
whatever
love this-
Dan carves.
Damn.
Oh, look
Ah,
at
he broke it. Ha ha.
that. 3D.
You break it, you buy it, pal.
He broke- No, there goes the stinger.
We don't need a stinger. It's an infected zit. It went wrong.
No,
Oh, he popped it. He
I
popped
love
it.
the twist so far, man.
Yeah, dude, that looks
Love
really
it.
good.
It's awesome. You
Good
you
stuff.
you carve quick. It's like you won Halloween wares or something.
Yeah.
There's something to this.
Like you've been on
He's
TV. a couple
fast.
times.
You got to leave
Tater,
enough
what
time
do
to
you
help with
got?
structure.
All right, Tater, let's see it.
It's nowhere near done.
Where's your
I'm not
Yeah.
done.
It's
Yeah,
wicked pissa, dude.
It's hard, man. This weird heirloom pumpkin is hard to see. You got to have the right lighting. Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
An heirloom too.
Well,
Those are
and
nice.
they
They got
have that
that
really hard brown
smooth
on
skin.
Yeah. It's bright orange. It's got smooth skin. It's just like
The
me.
meat seems kind of dark on it though.
Just like you.
Yeah. Only from the
Bright
waist down.
orange, smooth skin.
It's hard to
Yeah,
see.
that looks great.
That looks good.
Yeah, I
That's
can
great.
see.
Dude, great depth on the nose already. Like nice
Yeah.
shadows.
Oh, good
Nice,
profile.
nice profile, Tater. Look at that. That's dynamite. Oh,
That's how
man.
you know. If you get a profile, you know you're onto something when you can turn it sideways and be, oh, okay. That's
Right,
cool.
and you're not panicking
Are
that
you
you're
trying
already
to
going to
make me
punch
feel
through.
bad? Gosh.
Oh, you just showed us his
Hey,
profile too.
mine
Huh?
looks like an Easter Island head.
Yeah.
Dum dum. Dum
You
dum.
dum
Gum gum.
Dum dum wants some gum
Ay,
gum.
ay, ay.
God.
Oh, hey, Matt. How's it going?
Hello, Matt.
Oh,
you got,
here I'm, doing whatever. I got some carving. All right, so I got this guy. All right, let's see if I can somehow. Can you guys see him up? Oh, now it's frozen. Okay, now here we go.
No, you're good.
So he's gonna have some bumps and bruises around his face, kind of smashing. My idea is to have him kind of being smushed in. So I got to add some more wrinkles and stuff in here, but he's gonna have a very soaking allergic reaction eventually.
Nice.
Love it. Looking good. Polly. Oh, sorry.
Well, at this point, I'm obviously still roughing in because it looks exactly like Dan's. I'm going to go the route of some sort of allergic reaction on this side of the face. And things I've started progressing forward, thinking about changing the shape after I get the form. You know what I mean? So like I look at this and I don't see this part being here anymore. Like I'm getting into this habit of once I get the face on, I want to change the shape of what it is so it doesn't actually look like a squash. It looks like a sculpture, right?
Yeah.
So lucky for me, my sad brain has just locked me in for probably another 3 hours of work to reconfigure everything and then figure out what actually is the allergic reaction. But for now, I'm just thinking it's happening on this side. And as most people that watch the show, if you follow us on Instagram after the fact, what we post, it's not going to look anything like this.
Yeah.
I'll tackle this again tomorrow or the next day because, New Year's, and probably rethink this whole thing, which goes back to that whole sleep on it or look at it with fresh eyes like that. I used to laugh at people when they said that. Like,
No.
I only have so many hours to do this, but
Yeah.
now I think there is not enough time in the world to get it right. So walk away. You're never going to get it done in one shot and love it. You got to go back and look again.
That's one of the most important things. My mom taught me art. She's like a master's in art. She'd always tell you, step back and take a look. You have to go back and look. And I was like, why? She's like, you'll notice something stupid you did, I promise. You'll step back.
Yeah.
Oh, I see that. So you have to take a step back and look.
You never, it's so, well, it's like that. And then my uncle once told me if I had every dollar I ever spent at a bar, I'd be a millionaire. I didn't listen to that one, but I will listen to your mom when take a step back. Better late than never, guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shout out to Uncle Jojo.
That's a good lesson. And that's what I was wondering. I mean, for people that are starting, like, I noticed when I was, carving that I always wanted to go to the thing that I was most comfortable with. So like, I'm sure for you, after doing all this, for you to like be at a point that's good, and then you want to push it further, what does that feel like?
It never feels good anymore. I don't know if you guys know. Does anybody else feel that same way? Like I have the anxiety when I start, like I want to do better. And then I hate it until 98% of the way through. When you take those chances and you're kind of like, all right, I think this is going to be okay.
Yeah.
And I feel like you never want to finish it and go, holy shit, it's my Michelangelo moment. Because it's not. It's as good as that one is, and then you're going to go on to the next one, right?
Yeah.
You just want to do your best and try and like get your brain going. And I think that's where stepping away actually helps. It's so weird. Somebody would be like, dude, you got to step away. And I'd be like, I'm not an artist. All right. I just do this. Now I'm like, I'm still not an artist, but I think I'm going to step away.
Well, I think the hardest thing for me when it comes to like stepping away from a pumpkin is when I step away, when am I ever going to get the time to come back? Right.
And that's huge, right? For especially for our temporary art, like we're doing. Yeah. And so now you have to, so if we're going to share the knowledge of stepping away, now we have to share the knowledge of how you preserve it for that extra day or two. Yeah. So you can go back and attack. You know what I mean? If you leave this thing out overnight, not being covered or prepared right, you're going back to a puddle of mud, like squishy, nasty material that doesn't want to be cut.
Or full on dehydrated. So if you try to cut it, it just rips the thing apart.
Yeah, Matt, not all of us live in Arizona where you're lucky enough to have that. I wake up the next morning, I have 17 million fruit flies, and I have to have my walls ripped out from the mold. It's so humid. But no, you're right. It's even depending on where you are. You gotta, if you're gonna walk away, you gotta take care of it. Just like people do like wet clay, right? They cover it.
Cover it. Right.
You gotta think of it like a sculpture, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know why I signed myself up for this stuff. It's such anxiety.
Yeah,
Stop it. Paul, you love
was
it.
keeping
I know you're being, dramatic, but you love this more than life itself.
How dare you, Harper, say I'm dramatic?
Stop it!
Drama is your superior thing, right?
Nobody's better than Tator at this. Show him the eyebrow thing. He's so good at it.
What do you do?
What?
What do you do?
Nothing.
Can you switch him?
Oh shit! It's
I got him.
Son, there isn't a draft anymore.
There was one.
Look, this guy can switch them.
Hey!
Give him the eyebrows. Give him the eyebrows. You can do the crazy eye.
Look at him go. He's doing it. Yeah.
Do the one
He's
crazy
got
eye.
it. Can you grow a beard though?
Yeah.
He's working on that.
Soon enough.
Oh, you'll grow a beard and you'll hate the day you could.
Yep. That was always my fear of my child at that age. Is like I'm gonna close my eyes and open them up, and he's gonna have a full beard, just like Taylor.
Yeah.
And Dan.
I'm just getting mine long enough I can comb it over. That's the hope.
The swirly.
Come here. Come here.
We all have to have dreams, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just come here. Quit complaining about it.
So this carve is going to be different, I know, from my standpoint, because unless I hit it hard in the morning, it's going to take a couple days. I've been trying to get these things out the next afternoon.
Well, what are you going to do tomorrow? You're not working tomorrow. I mean, no one is, right?
No, we got a floating holiday tomorrow. But
all right, so there you go.
I want to take the kids to do something nice, like clean my room.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm totally working. Oh, you said tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh, you're always working.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you got a truck, that thing, if it's not moving,
Yeah.
it's not making money.
Exactly.
Oh, you got a nice profile on that, Danny.
Oh,
That's
thank you.
dynamite.
I'm just the Easter Island guy,
Can we see your profile too, please?
Oh,
Nice.
let me see can I see the other side of the profile on that? Yeah, see, that's got a good profile too.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's stretched out. Oh, look at the way
So impressive.
I like everything about it.
The lips are awesome on that thing.
That's cool, man.
Thank you.
I gotta upload, man.
I was trying to make it not look like a beat up boxer, So I got to put a stinger in his head.
No, beat up boxers are allergic to punches in the face. That's everybody.
They are.
Very, very common.
Tator, you got some very dramatic lighting.
Whoa.
Whoa. He's even got sound effects. I love it.
Yeah. There's always sound effects with Tator. Let's see what we got here.
Oh, okay. There we go.
There, look at that. That was good, man. I like that. Oh, he's got his reference out and everything.
He's got his motorcycle over there. I see that.
Oh, he's got a bike. Got tons of kids running around. It's
Big pumpkins.
Look at those pumpkins. Jeez Louise.
Wow.
Wait, he's got pumpkins, people. We need to go rob Tator's house.
Yeah, that's a good one right there.
Wow.
Ooh.
That's not, what is that? That's a squash.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What is that long one?
Yeah, it's a giant. It's an heirloom
Is that
pumpkin.
Like a red Hubbard, or is that just a pumpkin?
No, that's a pumpkin.
Yeah, it's a giant.
Wow.
Wow.
All right, I'll take that one, and I'll take the other one. Oh.
Where do you live, Mars?
Yeah, right.
How do you have all these right now?
New Zealand.
This over here real quick.
My goodness.
I have a dehumidifier just to get rid of the remnants of the pumpkins from the season.
Ruby, you should say hi, everyone. Say hi.
Ruby.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, beautiful.
Hi, Ruby.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Cool. Cute kids, man.
Thanks. Keeps me busy.
Will that
Yeah.
be Tater Army? Is that what we got?
Yes.
Tater Nation.
Tater Nation. I got Tater Army.
Nation Tater.
It's named a Tater, French origin. I think it's more English. It's royalty, correct?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's Irish.
It's actually Scandinavian.
Scandinavian. Nova Scotian.
Isn't it
There you
Nana?
go.
It's Nana origin, right? That who gave you the name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all. Nana origin
Yeah, it's
from the
Whatever.
clan McNana.
there you go.
So this is the fastest 90 minutes on
Holy
the
moly.
internet.
Holy
Sure is.
smoke.
Yeah, we have gone 90 minutes.
We were just
And,
talking, Mickey. For God's sake.
We're just chatting. We're
Yeah,
just
come
chatting.
on.
Although I'll bet if you ask Tater's kids, they've been like, "You've been gone for 3 days, Dad."
Yes.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, these kids, they're used to it. I'm leaving.
Right.
I leave on Wednesday, on this Wednesday for Alaska, and I will not be back here until March 10th. So
Oh my God.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm in Alaska for a little over 2 months.
Wow. On the next episode of Carvers and Creators, we interview Tater's wife to see how she feels.
And the mailman.
Yeah, right. And the father of his kids.
The package, I swear.
Oh.
Holy Moses. Tater, that's a long time, dude.
Yeah.
Who does she
Oh.
run the truck? Who runs the truck?
The truck's actually shut down as of January 1st. We shut the trucks down until Valentine's Day, and then my business partner, and we have 5 full-time employees that work for
All
us
right. Okay.
that will run the truck while I'm gone.
All right.
Normally, those guys come up to Alaska with me, and we just shut the truck down until March. But
Wow.
this year, we are keeping the truck open as of Valentine's Day.
Wow.
Tater, I don't know how
I had no idea you were there that long. I mean, I guess it stays frozen until about June, so you're probably fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. They used to allow the carvings to stay up from the end of, or from when we get done carving, March 1st, until they disintegrate in July.
My
Now-
sister-in-law there.
And yeah, right. I hope my wife's not watching this.
Oh, I was watching you on TV.
Is she?
Ah,
Whoa.
Daddy's always on TV.
With
Busted.
Granny and Pops.
Yeah. Oh, they're watching the Disney show.
With you.
Oh, okay.
They're watching a
Disney.
rerun of Halloween Wars or
Yeah.
something else. You're just all over the place. It's like
Yeah.
it's almost like you're on Good Morning America. Oh wait, we didn't even get to talk about that.
Yeah.
We didn't.
Well,
I guess we're just gonna have to have you back, Tater.
We'll have to have him back.
I'm up. I'm down. Let's do it. Let's do it in the middle of Alaska when me and Daniel are both there, and we're in.
And we'll
snow.
do the Pocky Challenge.
We got 2
That would
months.
be really cool. I
Do
wonder,
the
do you guys,
podcast- yeah, all right, time out.
internet? Is there internet up there, or do you guys have that?
We have internet.
Well, you got to ride a moose. to get
Alaska,
it,
in
but yeah.
Alaska.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's internet.
Okay,
All right.
well then we'll just do that.
I think Paul
Hockey
has-
Chip Challenge in Alaska while competing
Yes.
in the competition. That's
On
what
our
I'm
show.
talking about.
That's
And
ratings
being on our
right
show.
there.
Yeah.
That's a ratings
Danny.
number.
For all that is sacred and holy, stop using a knife within an hour and a half.
Yeah.
How are
It's
you
not a-
at that
okay,
point
so
right
be
now?
real, it's not a knife, it's a chisel.
Oh,
then
you're getting
we're
ready
fine.
for ice. He's getting ready for the ice. I keep forgetting. He's practicing for ice. I keep
I
forgetting.
get it.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. Well, listen, I got to say, I wish nothing but the best for the two of you in this competition coming up.
Thank you.
I think this is your year.
Thank you.
Next year, I'll be a judge. Tater's going to work that out. You're going to tell them that it snows where I am, so I'm a professional. And that's all it takes, right?
There
Tater,
you
you
go.
can mention I drink a lot of ice with my whiskey, so I see it a lot. So
You know
I'm
what,
probably a good judge too.
You guys should just bring Carvers and Creators to Alaska,
That you should.
and you guys could do that the whole day and just checking out the ice and talking about it, right?
And then stay up if you're brave enough when it's cold enough and see the northern lights.
What's this
Yeah.
brave enough crap? Dude,
It's like
I'm
2 in
from the
morning.
Northeast.
Holy shit.
The bravery's talking to me, Dan. Danny's
Oh,
talking to me on that one.
all right.
Yeah.
Good.
I-
Sorry, I was getting a
don't even
little
have the clothes
Oh.
for it.
Not to mention, we all get in this ginormous hot tub they call hot springs, right?
Or I call it COVID stew.
Yeah.
No. Listen, this is the primordial ooze. I promise.
I'm telling you, it's amazing. It's rated the #1 hot springs in all of America.
Nothing I would want more is to feel your thigh on mine.
No,
Yeah,
it's not like a jacuzzi.
And you have to go in naked, Paul. You have
It's
to.
the size of a basketball court.
Matt, you didn't even have to say it.
Listen,
Obviously,
So look,
Matt.
you bring your beard out of water because the water's 110 degrees, and you bring your beard out of the water and you're in the atmosphere because you're outside, and you go.
Oh yeah.
And you hold it, and your stuff freezes solid. Like
Awesome! I can't wait to bring a scuba
it's like
tank.
minus
So I don't
30
have
when
to
you're
come
in
up, and then I get to stare at everybody's wang. Oh, awesome!
That's why you stay in the water.
Sounds great.
Oh, it's a lovely place.
oh, Lord.
Jeez, Matt, we got. Now we gotta go freeze our balls off and then go to Monster Palooza.
We in Alaska.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
It is, you know.
I mean, you can do that with polar bears.
Poly walnuts.
You got to go
Not the
all
first
in.
or the last time I'll be called that.
Yes.
Poly walnuts.
Poly walnuts.
I don't know what it is. I just, I'm wound tight. That's the part.
No, it's an 8% alcohol. That probably doesn't help either. You know.
I like your attitude, Harper.
But it don't hurt though.
It don't hurt.
Oh,
It
good
doesn't
point.
hurt.
Thank you. Okay, so I meant.
Look at little Tater. Look at that kid.
Well, if you want to follow
Hold him
Daniel, follow on Instagram. Is there anywhere else we can find you?
Facebook.
MySpace.
Facebook?
The Book of Face.
MySpace, is that what you said?
You guys should do a live feed from Alaska. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Do that. Let's make sure we follow them on their trip to Alaska
Yeah.
to make sure they don't die of hypothermia. It's almost like that story where the kid fell off the quad and he was live on TikTok or something, and his friend fell. Let's just do that for these guys just to make sure they don't die of hypothermia.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. And you can
And
follow
to check out their
Taylor
great
Hughes.
artwork.
Yeah.
Look how innocent you look.
I love that. That's gorgeous. Where did you get that picture?
he's freshly
It's
shorn.
it's on your Instagram.
It's on your
Came off the back of
OnlyFans.
the milk carton.
Yeah, it's on his OnlyFans.
Genius.
Look at that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I appreciate it. Definitely check us out. We got lots of crazy stuff going on. Lots of crazy things about to come out. I just cut down my first big ginormous 75-foot tree, and I'm going to start wood carving
Oh,
as
nice.
soon as I get back from Alaska. So good
Right
time.
on.
I'm not kidding, Mickey. Our next guest might have to be his wife. I got to figure out how he gets away.
Yeah.
with it.
We have to make that happen for sure.
I guess
Yeah.
being as talented as Tater is, that's how you get away with it, right?
Yes.
You're good at what you do.
I would have to say it's not the carving.
Attaboy. Oh my God. See that? He gets that wink going when he needs it.
Well, this is where you can find us. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. And next week will be 2022. We're actually going to be coming to you not on a Thursday, but on a Wednesday. So it'll be January 5th with artist, comedian, illustrator Jason Sealer.
Crazy
And,
good.
Yeah. So he has a huge TikTok following. Right, Matt?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Paul
He has a
knows
huge
him.
everything. Oh yeah, he has a huge everything following. He's-
Yeah.
So we were lucky enough to have this guy and that guy tonight. These guys. Love you guys. You guys are the best. Balls, all that good stuff. To cover the kids' ears.
There we go. Oh.
Yeah, and then next week, because we got Carvers and Creators, and I think a lot of people get, hey, there she is. Hi, Mrs. Tater.
Hi.
Hello.
Let me
hello.
give you your
How are
own
you guys
special.
doing?
Very good.
Congratulations on getting rid of your husband for like 9 months.
Yeah, you should be congratulating him getting rid of me for 9 months. Yeah.
We'll do that when you're not standing in front of us. Yay! No, he's great, man. We love Tater. We love Danny. Great community. And we love your son. He's amazing too.
He's a junior carver in the making.
Right on.
That's
Oh,
it.
that's
You got to
good.
start him on the butternuts. You got to start him on the little squashes before he
Right, we
becomes a
need-
big squash.
We always need more. It seems like there's never enough.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
This is true. So next week, we're going back. So because we are carvers and creators, Tonight we had our amazing carvers, and Danny's literally almost done.
Our pumpkin family. Yeah.
Oh,
Yes, we're gonna reach outside because we need creators, right? Not that we need them, we want them, because that's what we're doing. We're progressing ourselves as artists. This next guy is insane with the caricatures and the illustration and realism. He does it all. He's banana land. It's
Don't miss it.
yeah, you know what? And I tell myself every time we have a guest that's outside of our genre that I'm going to learn something. It's almost like a workshop. I ain't going to learn anything. This guy's way too talented for me. I'm just going to listen.
Yeah, I just sit and geek out on those. Every time we get like a Hollywood, special effects guy or something, I'm like a fanboy. I can't stop looking. I'm like, oh my god, I can't
Tater.
do that, but I like it.
Yeah.
Oh, turn that way. Oh no,
Yeah.
stop it, you two.
You were so
Get
close
a
to
room.
my face. It was just like, you're so close.
Get a room, you two.
Well, we started in 2020. Wow. We started in 2020. We went a full year, 2021. And dare I say that 2022 will be our biggest year for carvers and creators. Tater and Daniel, we definitely have you back. And
I'll be
I
back.
can't wait for 2022. Thank you for joining us. We love you all and have a great, safe, happy new year.
Happy New Year.
All right.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Good night.
coming
See you
in.
next Wednesday.
Wednesday. Don't forget Wednesday.